Yo, Sunday fun day, baby. Let's get it. How was everybody's weekend? Everybody had a good weekend? Yeah, man, and daddy duty's calling, bro. Good to go. Yo. Oh shit, I got the echo on. Here we go. Alright, let me just double check, make sure everybody can hear and see clear before we get started here. And just to make sure we're on the same page, everybody can see this little scrabble here in green. Everybody can hear loud and clear. Let me do a little poll real quick. There we go. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get it. Appreciate it, you guys. I haven't told the public yet, so everybody's gonna be a little confused. Only the Patreon and my mentees know. But yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing. It's definitely a beautiful thing. How's everybody's weekend? Everybody had a good weekend? We got an absolute massive week ahead. This is probably gonna be the biggest week all year. I know the year just started, that's why I'm not saying of this year. I'm talking about all year. This is gonna be the biggest week, and I'm gonna explain to you why. Now, dead serious, I think this honestly has the potential to be the biggest week of the year. Out of the whole year. We have FOMC, we have Apple, Amazon, Meta, and Google reporting, and we're at a key pivot. What I mean by a big week is that, for one, if we have FOMC aligning with earnings aligning with FOMC, consumer confidence, jobless claims, if everything is aligning, I promise you, I'm going to show you guys a couple things before I finish what I'm saying, and you guys will understand a little bit more. I already told everyone, man, that sometimes this cookie crumbles. I would have liked to said it, but that's, it is what it is. Alright, cool. Y'all ready to rock out? It's game time. Alright, cool. Let's get it. Alright, game time, y'all. So, first things first, let's break down what's going on this week, right? We're going to keep it simple and sweet. Let's check out this earnings calendar real quick. So, as you guys can see here, let's pull this up, make this nice and big for you guys. I'm going to show you guys some names that I'm interested in and how I plan on trading them. It's going to be opportunity regardless, right? There's going to be so much opportunity this week, it's not even funny. Every single one of these earnings reports is a potential setup. The reason being, if they have a good earnings and bad earnings, we could take the second day move, reject, bounce. So every single one of these earnings I have highlighted are potential setups. So one of them is going to move, right? So we're going to have some great setups this week. We're going to have some A+ setups. Hopefully we can put a little size on this week. But what I'm looking at specifically. So if we're looking at this earning report real quick, the big ones to pay attention to are, of course, Amazon, Apple, Google, right? Main ones. Of course, we have Meta, we have AMD as well. These are the main ones that you want to focus on. So pretty much every day this week. If you're swinging anything, you want to think about the sector that you're swinging, right? So if you have a wild hair to swing Nvidia, but AMD is reporting Tuesday evening, you're probably not going to want to swing Nvidia, at least with size, because AMD is going to influence Nvidia. Same thing with QCOM, same thing with MU, so on and so forth. So you do want to be mindful of names like that. Another thing is, we can always take a straddle, right? I'll do my due diligence through the week. I'll post in the Patreon for you guys of what I'm interested in straddling, right? I do love UPS. I do love CAT. CAT is sitting at all-time highs. I think it has a lot of value when it comes to earnings. So we're going to check that out as well. Just want to double check. Y'all can hear loud and clear, right? My mic was messing with me earlier. Just want to make sure everybody's good to go. Everybody's good to go? Awesome, cool. So yes, this week in terms of earnings, it looks absolutely great. Watching UPS, CAT, Spotify, of course, AMD, Meta, Amazon, Apple, Google, and QCOM are the main ones that I'm watching. Amazon Thursday. Thursday is going to have the biggest influence on the market, right? If you go look at the names that are weighted heaviest inside of QQQ, inside of SPY, Apple's going to be the first one. Amazon's going to be behind it. Google's going to be right up there with it. AMD and Meta have a pretty decent weighting as well. Apple specifically, Apple has enough weight to move the market. There's been days where you've seen the market not do shit. Apple gets moving and it'll move the whole market no problem, right? So this is why Thursday is so big. If we can get a couple of these earnings on the same page, right? So let me break this down for you guys. If we can get like Amazon and Apple on the same page, right? Both are good, both are bad, or all three of them. If all three of them are on the same page, they're all good, they're all bad, the market is going to absolutely fly, right? It's going to fly if it's good. If it's bad, we're going to absolutely tank, right? It's just the way the cookie crumbles, right? They all have enough influence to move the market, right? And if they're all in correlates, it's going to move it even more. So there's a few things that we do want to, think about as well. There's a chance that FOMC, say for example, is good, right? And then we rock it, right? So Wednesday we have extremely great day, right? It's awesome, big green day. And then we come to Thursday, and then we have a few indecisive earnings. Apple's good, Amazon's bad, Google's bad. And now we're back in this choppy bullshit. So there is an opportunity for us to be choppy, and that's if nothing aligns, right? So what we're looking for this week is we want to see a few things align. FOMC good, Apple, Amazon good, right? Something like that to where we got a couple things aligning to give that market the catalyst to either go higher or push us lower. Based off the charts, let's talk about the charts real quick. All right, let's talk about the charts. They look great, right? Like if you want to, look up the definition of an uptrend or a downtrend, you guys should know, right? The charts look great, right? That's just the bottom line. So if we're breaking down this weekly chart on ES real quick, let's take a few notes here, right? First things first is we bounce from a big demand. I've went over this every week for the past few Sundays, so you guys already know what I'm talking about here, right? So we bounced off this big demand. We put in a higher low, put in another higher low. So if we can get above this structure here, right? The structure is going to be this 4,200 area where we have this nice recent high, right? So if we can get above that area, we will technically have flipped, right? So right now we have indications of a potential uptrend, right? We have higher lows. That's what it consists of. We do not have a higher high yet. So if we can put in that higher high above here, we will be absolutely golden, right? So that's one thing we're looking for. Now to go a little bit further to the daily chart. Same concept, right? Literally same exact concept here. Why does this keep popping up? All right, there we go. So same concept here, right? We're putting in these higher lows on the daily. We have a low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, right? We just need to get that higher high end, right? That's all we need to do is get that higher high end. So that's what we're paying attention to this week. We're doing a great job at holding structure. So what we want to see as traders is we want to see the market holding structure, right? And the big structure that we needed to hold was this level here. I think this is like, I'll double check for you in a second. But if you look here, 3,900, right? This was the level we needed to hold. Why was that? Previous support, turned resistance, resistance, support, support, resistance, resistance. Boom, we put in a higher low. So that's one good thing we have going for us here. And I just want to say something to you guys. Like these setups on my watch list, they're subject to change, right? The reason they're subject to change is because a lot's going on this week. So most of these setups that I'm going to go over tonight apply for Monday, apply for Tuesday, right? You always want to, flow with the market. You don't want to, fight the trend or anything like that. So just be open-minded. And we're going to go over everything so you guys are prepared, right? And if we break down to the hourly chart, right, you're going to know some conflicting time frames. If you look at the hourly, you look at the 4-hour, we're in a clear, defined uptrend, right? For everybody who knows what an uptrend does, it consists of a higher high, higher low, right? So if we look at the hourly, look at the 4-hour, we're in a nice uptrend here, which is great, but those higher time frames have yet to correlate with these lower time frames. All right, let's break down this the levels we need to watch here on ES and Q. Then we'll move into QQQ and SPY, and then the watch list. And we'll go over a little bit more about how I plan to trade earnings, so you guys can do the same thing. The last earnings cycle, Meta, right? I think this was 2 cycles ago. Meta was the biggest earnings straddle I've ever taken, right? This was the biggest one I've ever, right? I've ever done. My 4 years of being in the market, biggest. I'm talking about options. Been in the market for a little bit more than 4 years, but I'm talking about options. We straddled it here, before earnings, and that morning we were up 7,000%. That I turned like, I think it was like $800 into like 25K or something like that. So hopefully we can get another one of these this go around. Hopefully we can. That would be super awesome. Super awesome. Also, side note, the collab mentorship with me and Brett, emails have been sent out, right? Everybody should have received an email, whether they were accepted or if they weren't accepted, he explains why, and you're still on the wait list, right? So that's another thing. But let's get over here to these charts where all the levels are. And for my Patreon and mentees, I'll post my trading view link, you know, in the morning like always, and we'll be good to go. For my mentees, yes, we will be doing live trading tomorrow as well. Should be good to go for that. So let's go ahead and check out ES here, get some levels going, see what we got going on here. So let's fix this trend line. Anybody have any questions? Netflix was big too, but Game Boy Tombi, it wasn't like a meta. Like I think that week, I don't know who remembers, but that week we caught, no, that 2 weeks we caught Meta, which was like, I mean Facebook back then, but it was like 7,000%. Caught Netflix. Netflix was like 4,500%, and then Snapchat was like 2,200%. That was an absolute huge week. Absolute huge week. Alright, so I didn't know this, but my ES chart is absolutely naked. So I want you guys to do me a favor. Pull up your ES chart and let me know when you're ready, and we'll go over these levels together. I'm going to make it quick, fast, in a hurry so we can move on to QQQ and SPY. What's up, Turbo? So let me get a few readies and then we'll move on. When can we expect the updated Webull setup? Tomorrow. Yep, I'll have my full trading view set up. I'll have my full Webull set up, and I'm actually doing a video on trade management and R multiple. What's a golden cross? A golden cross is when the 50 moving average crosses above the 200 moving average. And a death cross is the opposite. So the 50 MA will cross below the 200 moving average. Right? Which actually, ES has a potential golden cross. I'm about to show you guys. This is huge. When you see a golden cross on the daily or on the weekly or something like that, it means something, right? So if you guys see here, this is the red line is the 200. The purple line is the 50. When these cross, right? So when the 200s comes down and the 50 comes up and they crossed right here, that is the golden cross, right? That's when the 50 crosses above the 200 MA, which is a bullish signal, right? The last time we've had a golden cross was back in pretty much COVID. We had a death cross right before this madness happened. So if you look at the chart, when we had a death cross on the daily, look what happened. Right, we had that death cross, and then we absolutely sank to new lows. Give me 1 second. Alright, let's rock out. Alright, everybody's ready? Got their ES charts up? Let's get it. Alright, cool. Let's rock out. It's game time. So, first level is 4110. Obviously, that's Friday's high, so we want to have that on our chart. Next level, obviously 4100. It's a big psychological level, right? If you guys have a question about any of these levels I'm putting in my chart, feel free to ask. If you don't know why I'm looking at ES, I have a full breakdown on in my Google Drive, right? And in Patreon, my mentees get full access to that, of how I use ES and NQ to trade, how you can use it to implement in your trading to get an advantage on the market, so on and so forth, right? So let's get out to the weekly real quick. Make sure we're not missing nothing here. I don't know why I deleted all my levels, but here we go. 4180 is the next big level, and then 4200. 4180, 4200, and then we have 4255. I'm gonna try to make this quick and snappy for you guys. I remember pretty much all of the levels on ES. but I'm gonna go through them again. Turbo's going crazy right now. 4,000 we need to have. It's a big psychological level. Let's go down to the 4 hour. Make sure everything's good to go here. We have an absolute massive level at 3,900. We have another big level here at, what is that, 3,960? 3,960, and if anybody is questioning where I got these levels from, feel free to ask. 3,920 to 3,900 is a level of demand. Then we have a big level down here at 3,820. We're going to see a big move this week, so this is why I'm putting a little bit more levels than usual. So 3,820, 3,800, 3,735, and then we have 3,780. Okay, and then to the downside we have 4050, and then we have 4150, and we should be good to go here on ES. We can go a little bit higher. We could take 4,300, and then we could take 4,355. Yep, and we'll be good to go just like that. Now let's check our moving averages. Check our moving averages here, make sure we're all on the same page. What is this? This is the daily. We have the daily 200 at 4,000, so that's going to be a high confluence area. Make sure you have this on your chart. The daily 200 MA is sitting at 4,000, right? You guys can do what I do and put a little note on the side. That's always helpful. We also have the weekly 90 MA there, and we have the weekly 50 MA at 4060, so let's put that on our chart as well. That way we can be mindful when we're trading. Let's go check out the monthly. Whoops. There we go. Wow, okay, so this 4050, 4,000 area is absolute massive. We have the 9 and 21 on the monthly, we have the 50 MA on the weekly, and then we have the 200 MA on the daily down there chilling. So it's definitely an area we want to pay attention to. Let's check out our volume profile here. Wow, okay, so if you guys look here, right, I went over this last week. This is actually on my YouTube for free, so if you go watch the last video, you'll understand what I'm talking about with the volume profile. I break it down in depth, how you can use it, how to find levels with it, how to find high volume nodes, low volume nodes, what everything means. But if you guys look here, that 4,000 level is pretty much the biggest level we have here on the 4 hour, right? You can see this is the highest traded area in terms of volume. And then we have a shelf down to 3,950. So what we can expect is once we break that 4,000, it's going to be a clean move, right? Down into that 3,950 area, right? That's what we should expect. So we also have the point of control there with Edge Confluence at that 4,000 level. Okay, there's one more level we're missing here, and this is 3,945, and we should be good to go. Should be good to go. Yep, we are good to go. Man, I'm so salty I missed this demand bounce here. This was probably the cleanest bounce you can get. Beautiful, beautiful. Previous support, I mean previous resistance, turn support. Massive moves off of this demand. You can see we caught big rejects, big reject, big reject. Massive moves off the demand. That's how you know if the demand or supply is strong or not, by the previous interaction that the stock has had with that level. Yeah, make sure, it depends what you're on, Greg. If you're on TradingView, just type in ES1 exclamation point. You should be good to go. All right. Anybody got any questions so far? Anybody got any questions? What indicators do I use intraday? The only indicators I have on my chart are VWAP for pretty much 99% of the time. but I do turn on my moving averages once we start trending, right? So whenever we have a nice trend on the day, for example, like Friday, if we go to a day like Friday, that's when I'll pull up my indicators, right? Pull up my indicators. I'll use a 921. Also have the 3450 cloud. I'll have my VWAP, and of course my 200 MA. I also use the 100 MA when it's applicable, right? The 100 and 200 MA are only when it's applicable. Sometimes the stock will be trading too far from it, so it's not really applicable, but when it is available, I do use it. Pretty much VWAP stays on my chart 24/7, which I just posted a video in Patreon, and it's in my Google Drive, of VWAP, how I use it, how you can implement it in your trading. The Google Drive is literally a one-stop shop. Like, I can almost guarantee you it'll make you a better trader. If you are new to the market and you have yet to indulge in any type of education, it'll literally get you from A to, I wouldn't say Z, but it will get you close to Z. You'll know how to chart. You'll know what support and resistance is, supply and demand is. You'll know how to create a watch list. You'll know how to formulate a trade. You'll know how to read level 2 and time and sales. You'll know about risk management. Yeah, you'll have your trading view set up. I mean, there's just so much that I'm missing as well. So, okay, we're pretty much good here on ES. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. I love this 4028 level, actually. This is a nice level here that we have on the hourly. You guys can see where this came from. Very nice level here. Yeah, I like that. We're good to go. Alright, so let's move over to NQ. But before we do that, let's set an alert. Set alert at 4110. Let's say structure longs valid. And if we get that break and hold, let's set an alert at 4,000. Shorts valid below, room to 3950. That's where we had that volume shelf, where we had, here I'll show you guys again so you know what I'm talking about. So there's a clean move down to 3950, which is a 50-point move. That's a big move. So if you notice here, our point of control is sitting at 4,000, showing us where the most volume has been traded. But below that, it drops off, right? So it should cut through that area like butter. All right, should be good to go. All right, let's move over to NQ and rock out. Beautiful chart here, man. I just wish I would have stuck to my guns a little bit more. I wish I would have like trading. There's a lot of hindsight, but this I knew better. I knew better. I should have added more long term. Like right now, long term, I'm only about 60% invested. I had a lot more in the tank. I had a lot more I wanted to add, but it's all right. It's a beautiful chart. Beautiful chart. Nice little double bottom. Absolutely beautiful. Close right into the neckline. So this can be our main watch this week. If we can break and hold above this 12,500 level, our next level on NQ is literally, it's like 13,000. 13,000, and then we have 14,000. If we break this neckline right here, man, what? Adios, amigos. We are golden. Like when I look at this chart here, right, this just screams reversal to me, right? But of course, we have the earnings this week. We have FOMC, so that could change. But looking at this chart, I love it for the upside. I do. I do. This is very, very clean chart. All right, so I want you guys to pull up NQ. Let me know when you're ready. Let me know when you guys are ready. This is an absolute beautiful chart. I'm going to explain to you guys why. This is everything that you want to see. Absolute beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let me know when you guys are ready. All right, y'all ready? Cool. So first things first here, look at this. We finally broke this downtrend, right? We had a massive trendline resistance here. We got a nasty break above it. We closed above it. Absolute beautiful, right? So that's one thing we have here going for us, right? Is technically this downtrend has been broken. We have a double bottom and we have two higher lows here on the weekly. We just need to get above this structure. That's all we need. For longs, for the upside, all we need is this structure here. That's it. just a little bit higher. Once we break and hold above this, it's a very, very clean move till about 13,000 and then 13,750. Once we get above this 12,500 area, it's literally a clean move. Beautiful, beautiful move. Beautiful move. Beautiful, beautiful move. Alright, so first level we need to have here is 12,340. It's the first level. Now obviously the next level's up here at 13,100. And then we're going to have the psychological level of 13,000. And let's see what else we got here. Alright, let's go down to the daily. Man, this trend line was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So right now, if you look at NQ, we're trading right into the supply, right? What has happened every time we've tested this area, right? What has happened? It was support, turn to resistance, massive move. Pop back into this, rejected, rejected, massive move. And then here we are again, testing it one more time. So this is what I was talking about in my watch list about it being a pivot, right? This is a point. This is a area on the chart where the market has pivoted previously, whether it was to the upside or downside, right? So this is literally, this is why I put so much emphasis on the market being at a pivot. Is because if we get above this, you guys can literally see there is nothing stopping us. There's nothing over here, right? What is the last time we did this, right? We had this previous structure here. Came down, caught a nice little bounce, flushed it, massive move, right? Came back up, cleared that imbalance. Now look what we have here. We have a beautiful, beautiful imbalance to fill, right? So you guys can, of course, do your own due diligence, but this is an imbalance fill, right? This candle here is a massive imbalance, right? An imbalance in price action where there wasn't much continuation, right? It's just a straight bar, right? And they tend to fill, right? Kind of like a gap fill. So this is something that we're paying attention to. If we can get a break and hold, or a break and retest, I'm swinging. That's for sure. If we can get a break and retest of this 12,340, I'm swinging QQQ calls, and yeah, call it a day. All right, so we have a psychological level here at 12,000. Let's go ahead and take that. Everybody keeping up? I'm not moving too fast. I know I talk fast, but if y'all want to tell me to slow down, just say, yo, Felony, shut up. Slow down for a second. Everybody good to go? Alright, so we have another... Let's see. Let's go down to a 4-hour now. Go down to the 4-hour. 11,600 is a massive level. And then we have 11,850. This is a level not many people would pay attention to. I'm going to show you why I paid attention to it. Previous support, turn resistance, 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 support, consolidation, support, resistance, support, support. So what is likely to happen again? Right, if we've seen that this level has provided a reaction, how many times is that? 3, 6, 10 different times? Don't you think it would happen the 11th? It's something to at least pay attention to, right? Like when new traders tell me like, hey man, I'm struggling with my analysis, I don't trust my levels. What's there not to trust about it? You can see if it's strong or not, right? Like if we were to look down here, right? Let's look down here for a moment. Right, let's look at this level down here. We've seen, this is the start of it, right? Came back down, tested it, massive move. Tested again, massive move. If we come down and test this level again, what should we expect based off previous interaction? Right? What's there not to trust about this? Right? There's not much there not to trust. We've seen what happens, right? The level originated back here. Respected, so we can expect it to be respected again, right? That's all charting is, right? All of this is data for us to use. Nothing too crazy going on. Let's check out this volume profile. 11,700. And then we have this big pivot down here. 11,300, excuse me. And then we have 11,400. So this is going to be our demand here, right? You guys can see this was our demand. Previous resistance, turn support, What has happened every time we've tested this area? Massive move, big bounce, right? So we know that area is respected. Let me make sure we're not missing anything here. We'll take one more level down here at 11,180. That's all we need, 11,180 and then 11,000. We'll be good to go. Just in case the market wants to go crazy. We do need some levels to the upside, but there's not many. That's what I'm saying. If we look over here, there's not many levels that we need to pay attention to. There's not many at all. What's this? 12,650. 12,650. And you've seen how far back I had to go to get this level, right? Previous all-time high. Resistance, support. Still had respect over here. So that's a level we need to pay attention to the upside. One more level would be 12,825, and we're good here. Let's check our moving averages and we'll rock out. Oh crap, I forgot. I swung SPY puts and meta puts, I forgot. We have the monthly, what is this? Yeah, this is the monthly 50 MA at 11,400, so definitely want to take note of that. 50 MA on the monthly. We just rejected off the monthly 90 MA right here. So you guys can see here. Big rejection off of that. Let's go to the weekly, check this out. Let's take this 11,500 level. This is a big level here. We also have the 50 MA on the daily. Oh, this is the weekly, sorry. 50 MA on the weekly, yeah. And then let's also take this 11,780 level, which is the weekly 200 MA. And I'm gonna show you the trade I'm watching here on NQ. I would absolutely love this. So obviously we reject this structure. Let's say the market gets extremely weak, right? Let's say for some reason the market gets extremely weak based off FOMC, stuff like that, right? I'm watching a retest of this area. So like 11,850 to 11,750. I want to watch a bounce in this area right here. We have the 200 MA on the weekly, we have the 21 EMA on the weekly, we have the 90 EMA on the weekly, and we also have this previous trendline resistance that we rejected twice previously, and now it's support. So we have a high confluence area here. I'm watching that for a bounce. Right, so you guys can take note of that. Let's check our daily chart. I think we rejected off the 200 MA on the daily. No, it's right here, 12,160. So let's take note of that. 12,160 is the daily 200 MA. Alright, we're good to go. Do one more little check over real quick. The volume profile. Yeah, I like this a lot. I like this a lot. So first things first, let's set an alert at 12,340. Reminded myself, told myself that longs were valid above this level. Because a lot of times when we get caught up intraday, right? How many of you guys have got caught up on the 5-minute time frame, look back at the chart at the end of the day, and you're like, man, all I had to do was zoom out, right? So when in doubt, zoom out. And the reason I color code my levels, the reason why I label them is because I forget, right? How am I supposed to know that this 11,700 level is the daily 200, right? Unless I have it up on my chart or I'm using it like that. So, yeah. When you find a level, can you then explain how to execute on a 5-minute chart? Sure. I mean, it's you guys are like it's not that simple, but it is that simple, right? It all boils down to discipline, self-control, and patience, right? That's the only thing it boils down to. When it comes to, if I can give you a systematic approach of how to be a consistently profitable trader, one, you need the education, right? Two, you got to get that education and then put time in the market, right? Time in the market is going to be the best teacher. It's actually going to be more important than what you learned in the first place. You got to know what to look for, when to look for it, and then you can actually get the experience. We're going to show you what you're comfortable with, right? Because you can't replicate another trader. You can learn from them. You can learn their system. You can learn their strategy. You guys can learn everything from me. But will you be able to execute exactly how I execute? No. The reason being is because my emotions are different from yours. My position size is different from yours, right? So a lot of people I see trying to mimic or replicate another trader when they don't have that experience, that wisdom that they have with their self, that self-control, patience, and discipline, right? That's most important. But yeah, we'll talk about the execution thing in a second. We'll get over it. I'll go look at a trade I took on Friday, and I'll show you what to look for. Yeah, I use Webull. I use Thinkorswim as well sometimes, mainly for my long term though. So ES here, we're pretty much good to go. I mean, this is NQ, sorry. NQ, we're pretty much good to go here. Let's move over to QQQ and SPY. You guys have my complete watch list, right? So everything that you're seeing here was what was posted on Instagram. And for my Patreon fam and my mentees, I'll post this link in the morning, just like I just copied it. And you guys can click on it. You guys will have, y'all know the deal, man. You'll have every level, indicator, settings, color, so on and so forth, right? So my chart will be your chart. And you guys know what the colors mean. You guys know what everything means on the side. You'll be good to go. So QQQ, pretty much same thing as NQ. We closed into this massive resistance, as you guys can see here. Got a big little failure to go higher here, so we need to get above that level. Once we get above that level, everything's on the table, right? I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Look at this here. We even have a gap fill on QQQ. So once we get above that level, like I stated, I will be comfortable swinging calls. That is 100% what I will be doing, right? Me personally, right? So if we get a break and hold above this 298.25 level, break and hold, break and retest would be beautiful. I'm swinging into this 303 level. I'm going to take some profit. If it breaks and hold above 303, I'm going to re-enter for the gap fill into 305. That is my game plan. This is literally my main watch all week or until it happens. This is literally hands down my favorite setup, right? But obviously it's going to take some time to play out. We need some market cooperation. We need FOMC to be good or whatever, right? So this is my main watch. In the case we pull back, I'm actually watching two different levels. Obviously I didn't want to type all this in my watch list, but I'm going to go over it with you guys. The first area I'm watching is this 293.50 to 292.50, this previous structure, right? We have a confluence with this 200 MA on the daily here, right? So I'm watching this 292.50 to 293.50, right? I'm really, see, this is the thing, it's a little bit difficult. So there's two areas here, right? We obviously have this demand, we have that demand. So just to make things simple, watch this 292 to 290 area as I have stated on my watch list, right? And someone just asked me, how do I know when to execute? Depending on what type of trade you're taking. If you're taking a break and retest, you're taking a break and hold. Confirmation is key. If we'll talk about, executing a bounce in this case. You want to see price action slow down. Can a train stop on a dime? No, it's highly unlikely the stock can do the same thing. So if it's flushing aggressively, right? If QQQ is flushing aggressively, we have volume. Why would I take this bounce, right? It's showing me it's weak. It has volume on the downside. Why would I jump in front of a moving train, right? So when I'm taking a bounce, I want to see price action slowing down, right? I want to see volume, kind of decreasing or low at that, right? I want to see price action literally show me that momentum slowing down, right? It's very, very, you have to develop an edge for it, of course. I want you guys tomorrow, when the market opens, look at the volatility off the open, right? Watch the candlesticks. Some are going to be fast. You're going to see them slow down. You're going to see them pick up. You're going to see them pause. That is literally how to read price action, right? Reading between the lines, right? When you see those aggressive impulse moves, trimming into them, right? Stuff like that. It just takes time, you guys. It's some stuff that, you have to get the education part first. You have to know what to look for. If you don't know what to look for, you're going to continuously be confused, right? I know a lot of people come to the market for what? right? They want to make money. They see the gains on Instagram. They see this. They see that. But they're leaving out a big portion of what it takes to be a consistently profitable trader. You're not going to start tomorrow and be profitable. You're not going to trade for a month and be profitable. You might be profitable for that month, but you're going to encounter some struggle, right? So it's important that you understand what it takes to be a consistently profitable trader and understand what you need to do and what you are comfortable with in order to maintain consistency and profitability in the market. You can't replicate someone else. You have to understand who you are as a trader and what you are comfortable with. Position size, setups, everything. In order to do that, journaling is the first step, right? How else are you going to know what you're doing right or wrong? So you want to make sure that you're putting the pen to the paper in that aspect. If there's one key that I could give you guys to unlock your full potential in the market, it would be journaling, right? I don't remember what trade I took on Friday, besides one of them, right? I don't remember barely where I entered unless I look at the chart. I damn sure not going to remember why I took it or what happened, right? We're very forgetful. So make sure you guys are journaling your trades, why you took it, what went right, what went wrong. If something went wrong, how can you fix it? What was the mistake that you made? What did you feel during that trade, right? Very, very important. I know a lot of you guys came to the market expecting it to be easy. I did as well, but it's not. If you want to be a consistently profitable trader, you have to put in the work, right? I hate to say this, it's gonna hurt some people's feelings. It's not for everybody, right? It's not. Some people just don't have the mental capacity to do it, right? You can't manage your emotions. You're gonna struggle. You don't have patience. You're gonna struggle. You don't have self-control. You're gonna struggle. If you do not have discipline, you are going to struggle day after day, trade after trade, right? When you eliminate the dollar amount in your trading and you start focusing on learning and developing as a trader and understanding who you are as a trader, you will excel faster than anyone else in this trading world. I promise you, right? If you're focused on, I want to make 1,000 a day, or I want to catch 100% today, or I want to do this today, you're going into the day with expectations you already lost. I'll be the first to tell you. I'll be the first to tell you. But that's what I watch on QQQ. SPY, very similar, right? SPY, we have this little trend line we've been respecting that I've been paying attention to here. If you guys notice, we have a big trend line resistance, right? Something not many people pay attention to, but I do. We have the starting point, we have the connector, we have a rejection here, and then we have a rejection from Friday, right? So I'll be watching this for a little resistance up there. But the big level we need to watch on SPY is 408.15. If we can get back above 408.15, I will be happy on the long side into 410, 411.70, 420, and then at 421.20, gap fill into that 425 area, right? I'll be very, very interested in that. Because once we get above, I want to show you guys something. Look at what happened here, right? This is structure, right? I'm going to give you guys some free game real quick. Right. This is structure. This is the recent high or low of the trend. If we look left, right, when you're charting, what are we doing? We're looking left, right? We're always looking left. If we're looking right, there's nothing there because it hasn't happened. Look left, right? So when I'm looking at this chart and I look left, what's the recent high? Boom. Okay, gotcha. Okay, if I look left again, what's the recent high? Okay, boom, gotcha. If I look left again, what's the recent high? Okay, gotcha. Next one, here. Next one, here. I just taught you guys how to identify structure. Same thing for the downside, right? Looking left. Have a low. Okay, where's the next low? Okay, where's the next low? Okay, 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 and okay. You just identified structure, right? Super simple, nothing crazy. Don't second guess it. The market is literally showing you what is there and what's not there. There's nothing to second guess about technical analysis if you have the proper education, right? There's nothing to second guess. But first, you have to get the proper education. How many of you guys knew that about structure, or was that something new to you? Did anybody learn something new with that little structure lesson right there? So SPY. We're gonna watch a pullback into this 400 area. So if we pull back into this 402, 400, I will look for a bounce here, right? This will be my first watch, right? This 400 to 402, right? That's where we're watching for a bounce. The downside, I want to see us back below 400, right? So if we break and hold below 400, break and retest, I will be going short down into this 395 area. That is my game plan. Or a break and hold, like I stated, above 408.15 into that 410, 411, 415, and 420 area. Why'd I skip what wick? Oh, you're talking about this manipulation candle? Because that's what it was. I do have it marked, but I don't pay attention to it that much. Learned it on the Google Drive? Nice. Nice. I'm telling you, man, if you guys pay attention on these Sunday lives, tune into the Patreon on Thursday, you're going to get far. Promise you. Alright, so we went over QQQ, SPY, ES, NQ. Let's take a look at VIX. Not good. So, we're at resistance on QQQ and SPY, and we're sitting at a support for VIX. We have a double bottom here, right? That's usually not a good sign. if I had to say so. That's not a good sign at all. Not a good sign at all. Not a good sign at all. Not a good sign. For those who don't know, this is the volatility that this is the index that tracks volatility on SPY, the S&P 500. SPY goes down, this goes up. SPY goes up, this goes down, right? And if you notice on Friday, right, let's pay attention here. SPY made a massive move to the upside. What did VIX do? We started seeing an anomaly, right? And this is something that I have. This can be posted on Patreon as well for the Google Drive. I'm going to talk about how I use VIX in my trading. I don't watch VIX. I set alerts, right? There's no need for me to watch it. All I need to know is key levels. Because if I know if this 18 level breaks, that's not good for us, right? Well, it's good for the upside, but if I'm on a short trade, I probably don't want to be in that, right? But just like I have the index correlation video in the Google Drive, I'm going to post a VIX correlation so you guys can use that to your advantage as well. But a little anomaly here. At the end of the day, we ripped. As you can see, VIX was going up, causing an anomaly between SPY and VIX. Christopher, no. The Google Drive, you get immediate access right here. I'll show you guys. You also have my sports betting strategy in the Google Drive. I've turned literally, it's absolutely insane. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I just have a horseshoe up my ass or what, but my sports betting strategy is absolutely insane. Like tonight, let me go check. Tonight, Hayward hit, Valanciunas hit, Grayson Allen hit, Pasternak didn't hit. I would say I'm averaging about 75 to 80% a night. I've turned like 3.7K, $3,700 into well over 75,000. I've posted my P&L or whatever you want to call gains for it. Yeah, it's a great, I guess you call it side hustle, or it's turned into an honest source of income for me. I've like averaged 700, so I would say about $1,250 a day. But it all boils down to the same thing. Like sports betting and trading are similar. If you don't have risk management, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't. If you're not patient, waiting for the right pick, you don't have the right components and variables there, like a good matchup, good data, right? And to be honest, I don't even watch sports. I haven't even turned on a game. I've made over $70,000 and haven't even watched one single game. Never. I spend maybe 45 minutes to an hour a day doing the research, which I teach you in the Google Drive, and that's it. Juan Garcia. Yep, I have a trade recaps tab. So if you go to trade recaps, I think I have like 5 or 6 there. I need to do better on posting more. I have a bunch, I just have to upload them. Alright, so we went over that. Let's go over the actual watch list. Coin, first things first. Beautiful, beautiful chart here. As we all know, crypto's been incredibly, incredibly strong. Coin just bounced off all-time lows. Seeing a beautiful, beautiful chart here. We just broke out of this nice little bull pennant on the daily. Nice little rally-based rally, as I talked about on my watch list. This is beautiful. In terms of continuation, in terms of what we look for in setups, this is beautiful. So what we'll be watching on coin, as you guys can see here, this is the next structure that we have. So we're watching for a move above this 6360. First watch. Break and hold above, or break and retest for a move into this daily 200 MA at 6660. And then we have 70 right above that, right? That's our target here. I will also be watching a pullback into this demand, right? This previous structure, previous resistance, flip to support, supply turn demand, whatever you want to call it, right? So we're watching a pullback into this 57.50, 56 area for a bounce back into that 63 level. This is one of my main watches for this tomorrow, Tuesday, whenever it happens. This is a beautiful chart. Literally, I have an absolute beautiful chart. To the upside, this is everything we want to see. Even Friday, absolutely beautiful. And the thing is, this is like my first time looking at a lot of these stocks because last week, for those who know or don't know, I recently became a father, so extremely happy about that. I didn't really trade much last week. I missed like 3 days. It's unfortunate because last week was absolutely amazing. Right? Last week there was a ton of value everywhere, and I was just watching from the sidelines, but it was worth it, 100%. So coin, that's what I'm watching. Right? As you guys can see here, we have a beautiful level of demand. Right? We have this supply here that was broken and now is demand. So we're watching a pullback into this demand for a bounce back into this 62.30, or we're watching a break and hold above for a move into that daily 200 demand. Very, very simple. Amazon. Amazon's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Right now, I am a little concerned with Amazon, so oh, sorry. Let me see. Naturally, I didn't mean to do that. You can post it here. I'll post it for you. Yep, I just posted. Sorry, Nashali, I didn't mean to delete that. So Amazon here. As you can see, we're actually trading in a big supply right now. So I do want to take a bounce on Amazon, but I just want to be a little cautious because, as you guys can see, we're trading in a big supply, right? Look left, like I always talk about. Look left, right? Look at the previous data we have. What has happened here? What has happened every time we've tested this level? When it was support, massive move, massive move, massive, massive, and then it broke, right? Broke it, turned it to resistance. What happened? Big move down, and then here we are again testing the same area. What has happened previously? We just went over it. We see massive moves from this area, whether it is support or resistance, whether it is supply or demand. And for those who don't know, the difference between support and resistance and supply and demand is very, very simple. Support or resistance is one individual level versus supply and demand, which is an area rather than one individual level. Right? I have a full breakdown on that in the Patreon as well. So, Amazon. I love it for really Monday and Tuesday. Obviously, Amazon has earnings. So as you guys can see down here, we have earnings on Thursday. So I'm only interested in trading Amazon on Monday, maybe Tuesday, because what's going to happen is the IV is going to get inflated, right? And when the IV gets inflated, it eats away at our premium. Eats away at our profit through the premium, right? So when IV inflates, the premium inflates, cutting into our potential profit because the premium is inflated. Right, everybody cool with that? Awesome. So what we're watching here, right? Obviously, Amazon broke that 100 level, which is absolutely massive. We got a break and hold above that. Turbo, be quiet, man. So we got a nice close, daily close above this 100 level, as you guys can see here. We got a beautiful, beautiful level of demand. So we're watching for a retest of this area. Let me zoom in real quick. So I want to see a pullback into this 199 area for a bounce back into this 101.50, or I want to see a break and hold above Friday's highs right here. So I want to see a break and hold or a break and retest for a move into 105. I am going to trim some into 105. 105 is the big key level to watch. Above 105, we have a gap fill all the way to 110. So you guys know how gaps work. They're kind of like magnets. There is one level we want to pay attention to inside of the gap, and that's 106.80. But it's a massive move. So I'm very, very interested in Amazon if we can get above that 105 level to really capitalize off that move into 110 if we can. Right? So the 99, 100 bounce or above 103.80, trim into the 105, re-add above 105, with a higher expiration. A higher strike price. And for those who use Webull, they actually just added a feature where you can roll your contracts in one button. So, say for example, I'm in 103 calls, but you want to take profit. Okay, let me break it down like this. So, say for example, I enter Amazon, right? It comes down, we enter the bounce here. right? It comes up, breaks to 101.50. We want to take some profit. Awesome. So we take profit right here, right? But on Webull, when we go click to take profit, there's going to be a feature that says roll, right? Let's say we want to take profit, but we want to leave runners. What you can do instead is take profit completely, click the roll button, right? And select a higher strike price. So you're technically leaving runners, but you're buying a higher strike price, opening the door for more profits, right? Because now you have a lower delta for it to capitalize on the move on the way up, right? I'll make a video on this for my mentees in the Patreon as well. I'll post them in the Google Drive about rolling, so you guys can understand a little bit more. I call it recycling because you're pretty much recycling. You're trading in one contract for another, but other people call it rolling. Either or works. I think it's just recycling because you're taking one contract, recycling it for another one. Tesla. I got super FOMO on Tesla from Friday, man. This was absolutely huge. This was absolutely huge. And if you guys remember, this was obviously, I think it was, yeah, it was at the beginning of the month. I literally, you guys can go back and watch the video in the Google Drive. And this is when I bought equity, so I can't talk about this. I hate people who talk about stuff that didn't have a position. I told everybody to buy Tesla equity right here. I said we have nothing but room at the 170. I didn't have options, but I do have equity. My average per share is 107. That was an insane move, man. The only reason I didn't grab like further out options because of earnings. But this was a massive move on Friday, man. Wow. Look at the volume too. This is why I love Tesla. Tesla's like a meme stock. Once it gets moving, it's a wrap. I want to show you guys this. Right now, we're trading into a massive supply, right? I haven't seen many people talk about this with Tesla, and this is something that needs to be talked about. Look at this here. This is a weekly level, right? This is absolutely huge. Literally huge, right? Massive move, massive move, massive move. Boom. Here we are testing this area again. So this is something we want to pay attention to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We have to get above 182.40 on Tesla. That is the big key level. Fino, DM me on Patreon. If you need a Telegram link, just DM me on Patreon. I'll get it to you as soon as it's over. Right, so on Tesla, we need to get above this structure. If we get above this structure, it's literally nothing but room into. So if we get a break and hold above or a break and retest would be beautiful. I will swing Tesla. We have nothing but room into 200. Sando Brooks. I'm doing a collab mentorship with Brett. All the details, I think it's closed. Yeah, I think it is closed. You can fill out the wait list if you want for future reference. There's already it's a lengthy list, but if you want to fill it out for future reference, I just posted it. But I think it's closed. We wanted to keep it super small, so it's a really nice learning environment, and everybody can ask questions, and it feels like, personal. Yeah, back to Tesla. It looks absolutely beautiful. Massive move here. A beautiful ascending scallop, so you guys can see here. This is where the curling notion of a stock comes down, makes that nice little curling formation. That would be a completed ascending scallop. That would be a completed ascending scallop. Another thing I want to show you guys real quick is look at this. Look how important structure is, right? Watch this. Very simple, right? Tesla broke this structure, came back, retested, see you later. Broke the next structure, came back, retested, see you later. And the thing that is about structure, it's an individual key level, right? So if I was taking this high here, guess what I do? When Tesla comes down to test 136.50, I enter. My stop loss is below that. Simple as that, right? Your entry is planned for you. Your stop loss is planned for you. Only thing you have to do is manage the trade. That's it. That's the only thing you're left to do. But Tesla's a little bit tricky, right? So like I stated, we want to get above that 182.40. Right? This is a must. We can take a sneaky entry at 180, but I would wait for 182.40, right? So what I want to see is a break and hold above that, break and retest. There's nothing but room in the 200, right? Of course, you do want to pay attention to the psychological level at 190, 196.30, which is the daily 100 MA. But once we get above that 182.40, adios. Punkle P, you should have heard back. Everybody received a response. Everybody. Yes, the collab mentorship is 3K. Airbnb. This was massive, man. I had so much FOMO on Friday. Fuck. Like it's like ripping a band-aid off looking at this chart again. I had Airbnb on the watch list Friday. This is just the cleanest trade ever, man. Like it was just, oh man. Like it was just freaking beautiful. Like I'm about to show you guys right now. This is something we could talk about real quick. I had a break and hold above 110. Our break and retest, obviously look at it. Beautiful break and hold above. And then it comes down, retest perfectly. Look at that. Just textbook, man. And the thing is, like after you entered here at 110, there's no reason to exit, right? When you enter a trade, you should always have a reason to sell. Before you even enter, you need to have a plan. Entry, exit, and stop loss. And when you're taking break and retest, this is why I preach break and retest so much. Whether it's a trend line, indicator, key level, whatever the case may be, VWAP, right? The reason they are so great, especially for new traders, where are you entering? You're entering on the retest level. Where's your stop loss? Below the retest level. Where's your trim spot? Usually the swing high or swing low of the trend, right? But when it comes to taking profit, it's a lot different from stopping out. When you're stopping out, you're cutting your loser quick, right? That is our whole goal as a trader. Literally, right? Our whole goal as a trader is to keep our losers small, cut our losers quick, while managing our winners, right? Holding, maximize our time in a trade, looking for reasons to sell. I'm gonna give you guys some free game real quick. What are some reasons to sell, right? What are some reasons to sell? Your take profit hit, approaching a big resistance, a big support. You see momentum slowing down. It broke the 5 EMA, right? And I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I actually back tested this myself, used this myself, and I'm kind of upset I don't get as much credit as I deserve. But it's whatever. It's whatever. It's whatever. Using the 5 EMA to stay in the trade, right? A close below or above the 5 EMA is time for you to stop out, right? So say, for example, we entered here at 110. Once we reclaim this 5 EMA, this is now our guide, right? Think of it as a tour guide. It's going to get us where we need to go. And it would have got you all the way to 115, right? And guess what? We have our 9 EMA right behind it. So we can use that as a safety net, right? Just gave you guys some free game right there, man. Hope you guys bank, man. You guys have the tools. You guys have the tools, man. I want to see it. I want to see everybody win. 110 was a big psychological level. So if you look here at the chart, 110 was this big psychological level. It was really 111.20, but I got a sneaky entry at 110. And this was just hands down beautiful. Beautiful fucking trade, man. Wow. That was a $7 move. Those contracts were like 1,000% at least. Oh, it was. Someone caught 4,000%. I forgot. I posted on my Instagram. But anyway, so what we're watching is Airbnb to retest, right? So we're watching a little pullback. I don't know if we'll get it, but I hope we do. I love this increase in volume here on Air. Whoops. I love this rising volume, right? I love this here. We broke this daily downtrend, as you guys can see. It's all-time high trend line resistance. Broke that very, very clean. Very, very clean. We have nice room to the upside to about 120. And then above 120, we have a gap fill from 122.25 to 124.30. So this is an A+ setup in my opinion. So what we're watching is a pullback really into this 112, 110, right? So what we want to see is a pullback into this 112, 110 area for a bounce, back into this 117.10, or a break and hold or a break and retest above 117.10 for a move into 120. Not asking for much here. Very simple setup. Keep it moving. Yep, 5 EMA doesn't matter whether you're in calls or puts. Tax Pro, you can hold it, you can take profit, you can leave runners, you can use the 5 EMA as your runner stop loss. You can do, whatever you please. If there's no reason to sell, there's no reason to sell. That's one thing I'm an advocate of. If there's no reason to sell, do not sell. Oh yeah, we fucking killed it today, sports betting, y'all. Good shit. Wow. I'm just looking real quick. Wow, we fucking killed it today. Let's go. Wow, Ja Morant had a triple-double again. Wow, Tyrus Jones, I had him for 1 steal. He got 4. Absolutely insane. All right, cool. Go ahead and wrap this up in a second. Yeah, we absolutely killed it. I think we honestly swept it. I'm not gonna be honest. I'm gonna be very, very honest. I think we swept it. I think everything hit. No, Vincent didn't. Wow. So we missed 1. That's not bad. We only missed 1. LYV. I don't know what that is. Live Nation Entertainment. I think they do like music and stuff. It actually looks pretty good. If you can get a pullback into 77.70 or 76.70, like a dollar area here, you get a pullback right here, take a bounce. I don't know how the options are, so make sure you check and make sure the liquidity's good, but this looks great here. Nice little pullback, take a bounce here. Pull back into this level, take a nice bounce. It looks great. Got room up to this 81.20. We're approaching a decent level here. You can use Bovada in Texas. Yep. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, you guys. If you guys got any questions, feel free to ask. I'm gonna hang out for a couple more minutes and we're gonna rock out. MongoDB, nothing. Google, it's 100 level. This is self-explanatory. Break and hold, break and retest above 100. Y'all know the vibes, man. Break and hold, break and retest. Rock out to 101.30, 102.25, 105. So break and hold above this 100 level. Pretty much the same setup as Amazon, honestly. Yep, Amazon 100 level, Google 100 level. I love it. Be mindful they do have earnings on Thursday. So if it happens around Wednesday, Thursday, don't take it. Ooh, I almost forgot about these. I didn't post these on my watch list, but I like these a lot. PayPal. PayPal's sitting at a nice resistance here. There's 2 things we can do with it. Great either or setup. So PayPal has a nice resistance there. So we can take a break and hold above that, or we can take a little bounce off of this demand. Right? This 80, 80.7. So if we get a pullback into this 80, 80.7, take a bounce back into 83, or a break and hold or break and retest above 83 into 85. Nothing but room really into 87. So PayPal's definitely a top watch. I didn't notice how much I like this. Yeah, I like this a lot. I actually love this. Holy shit. It's a beautiful demand here. Look at that. Very nice demand here. Beautiful. So if we can get a retest here, I'm all for it. Nice little bouncy. Or break and hold above that. I think Zoom was similar, actually. I forgot all about these setups. Yes, sir. Wow. These are fucking clean. They're like identical, too. Look at PayPal. We have this structure here. Zoom. We have this structure here. Literally identical setups. I actually like both of these a lot. I didn't get to look at them much earlier, but I love this. Look at this structure here. Big supply. Now it's broken, so now it's demand. So what we can watch is a pullback into this 72, 71 area for a bounce. I actually love this. PayPal and Zoom I like a lot. And these I think we're really early on. Zoom is bouncing off pretty much all-time lows. It's been lagging behind in terms of the market. I think that we can really catch a big squeeze on PayPal and Zoom. I think these are 2 names to watch. I'm going to keep these in close watch. I think we can catch a nice squeeze, especially above 75 on Zoom. PayPal 83 will catch a very nice squeeze. Got nothing but room. Got about $2 or $3 move. No problem. So PayPal, we're going to watch that 80, 80.7 for a bounce. And then Zoom, we're going to watch this 71, 72 for a bounce. Back into 75. Or a break and hold, preferably a break and retest above 75 for a move into 77. I actually love Zoom. Zoom was a lot better. These are fire. Yeah. I guess that's the reason I made them green. Meta, yeah, we have earnings approaching. I'm in a Meta swing. I'll show you guys why. I swung puts on Meta because we are trading in supply. right? And we're also testing the daily 200 moving average, right? So we have a high confluence area here in terms of resistance. We have a big supply, and we have the daily 200 MA. So I swung puts off of this. We also have a massive bearish divergence on the 4-hour and the hourly. No, never mind, 4-hour. So yeah, we'll double back in the morning, check that out. Nvidia, I kind of like as well, but we'll see. Nvidia's trading in a massive supply too. I want you guys to look at this here. What has happened every time Nvidia has tested this area? Big resistance, massive move up, massive bounce, big rejection. Here we are again testing the same area. So we do want to be a little bit mindful here. And I'm not going to lie, my biggest regret was not swinging Nvidia. Who remembers this inverted head and shoulders? We literally went over this. What was this? Beginning of the month. Yeah. Beginning of the month we went over that. It's hard to swing in this market, right? It's extremely hard to have confidence, man. It really is. Like any other time, I would have no problem swinging. No problem. Like no problem swinging, man. It's just frustrating because a setup like this is just beautiful. This is a beautiful setup. Bounce right off that left shoulder demand. Like this is a fucking A+ setup. I'm just hesitant on taking it. And what makes it even better is the actual reversal pattern that we've seen here. We've seen a beautiful, so let me note a couple things. You guys can learn something about just price action in general. So what to look for in an area of demand, right? So for one, right, this is the weekly time frame. Is it? Yeah. So we have the weekly here, right? We have a inside bar. We have a pin bar with an inside bar inside of demand. That is a buy signal, right? You keep your stop loss below the candle low. Keep it moving. Buy time, rock out. For those who don't know, you trade higher time frames, no different than lower time frames. You just buy time. That's all you have to do. Just buy time. That's it. Just buy you some time. That is it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, you guys. I gotta get moving. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the morning. Be sure to keep your eyes out for the updated watch list. I post it on Instagram. Of course, you guys know on Patreon. I'll link my chart with it so you guys have all my levels and everything. Mentees, y'all know the vibes. We're live trading tomorrow. And yeah, thank you guys for taking time out of your night to come kick it with me. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did enjoy it, make sure to smash that like button. And if you really, I told you guys I was going to do a giveaway, and I am going to do the giveaway. All you got to do is repost this on Instagram. I'm going to pick 5 people, send them $50, $250, we'll keep it moving. Actually, $5, $250. I'll do, yeah, I'll do $5, and I'll invite you to the Patreon. If you're not in the Patreon, you will be. How about that? So yeah, just like it, share it on your Instagram, keep it moving, man. Thank you guys. Y'all have a great night. Catch y'all in the morning. Massive week, manifesting a big week for all of us, man. Stay patient, trade safe. I'll catch y'all later.